Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a thought. Gonna have a laugh. That's what I thought. Fancy lad. The Fancy Lad Podcast. Fancy lad. Fancy lad podcast. Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, we are back. That is true.
Yeah, I wasn't sure for a second there.
Mm-hmm. You were unsure.
I was unsure because I like to watch the waves and the audio recording.
Right. And you weren't sure if you were seeing them or not.
I wasn't. What the hell is that?
I have no idea. I didn't hear anything.
All right,
Certainly wasn't an egg timer.
I always put my phone on airplane mode before we get into the podcast studio for a reason.
Well, that's just because you're still technically under contract with Delta.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more I put my phone on the airplane mode, the more people want to fly.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They're
put
like,
your phone, they go, Whenever, that's what people don't realize. Whenever you click your phone over into airplane mode,
Mhm.
that's actually turning someone's thought process to, I really need to get on an airplane right now.
Jesus, this guy's got his fucking phone on airplane mode all the time. What the hell?
Yeah.
What am I doing not on an airplane right now?
That's a good question. And that's why I wanted to double check. Where are we right now?
We're in the Fancy Lad podcast studio.
Okay, so we're not on an airplane.
No.
Okay, because I was starting to wonder.
No, and this podcast is not sponsored by Delta.
Never has been.
Never has been. Although,
Who knows?
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad sponsor.
That wouldn't be horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, we should start reaching out to these. Well, I mean, now that we've had one huge corporate sponsor that, I mean, I feel like we need to mention.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about Clown Cheese brand beer?
Oh, they're not corporate.
Well, okay, that's why I was confused. I was like, you're talking Manscaped?
I'm not talking Manscaped. But I feel like we should mention that.
I mean, they seem huge corporate.
No, they are, but they didn't sponsor us.
No, it's true. It was
We
a trial.
We tried.
Yeah, and we failed.
Yeah, as per usual.
I mean, we knew going into it we were going to fail.
Yeah, that was kind of
As per usual.
Yeah, that was kind of a fool's errand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
as a self-identifying fool,
Right.
sometimes I have to run errands.
And those are just the worst.
Oh God, I hate them.
No one likes to do them.
Oh my God,
I want that free time for myself.
I know. Speaking of, when Center Street Laundry closes?
8.
Okay, so maybe I'll be able to run.
I
there
think
after this.
8, maybe 9. It was later than I thought. I know that because I had to go there the other day.
Yeah,
because I went to Clean Getaway and I waited there for 20 minutes and no one came to the window.
Oh, dude, fuck Clean Getaway.
Dude,
now, dude.
they've been blowing it.
Dude,
I
I
don't
fucking
know.
hate them now. Don't get me started.
Yeah, Center Street Laundromat all the way.
But now that we've covered the Fool's Errands portion of the podcast,
Everyone's favorite part.
yeah, I don't know.
After hearing that, we are back on the Fancy Lad Podcast in the Fancy Lad Podcast studio.
I mean, I don't know if that it's good enough yet to be a bit, but I feel like that's just a theme song just waiting to happen.
Well, maybe next time. We'll see. if it comes back up,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
But yeah, let me just come right out and say it. Red Bull energy drinks.
Oh yeah, they are a huge corporate sponsor, aren't they?
Yeah. And
Man, we just got all the liquids under our belt these days.
I know.
Man.
We got the water.
Uh-huh.
We got the beer.
Mhm.
And now we have the energy drink.
That's the big 3.
Oh my God.
The Holy Trinity.
You don't even need food.
Oh, I know.
You don't eat spiders in your sleep.
Yeah. They say the average person eats 8 a year.
Yeah.
I'm raking in like 800 a night.
I know. I don't know how you do it.
It's just sleep. I just inhale the whole night.
You sleep with some sort of beer funnel, and on the rim of the beer funnel is a bunch of I don't know what the fuck would even attract a spider. I don't know, flies?
Spider pheromones.
Oh, spider pheromones. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
And now we know how Tom Tweak does it.
Yeah. Well, full of protein.
Mhm.
You can feel them rummaging around down there.
Yeah. But speaking of all our liquid sponsors,
Mhm.
I just wanted to get to a quick.
Oh yeah. that took some effort. That one.
Well, I just cut my fingernails.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
So I didn't really get in there.
So what is that? You just
This is a
cracked
Clown Shoes brand beer.
Okay.
I'm glad that you asked. Let me just take a quick sip real quick.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Oh, that sounds like Clown Shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so smooth. So what kind is that?
That's a Rainbows Are Real right there.
Oh, that's a Rainbows Are Real.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of my favorites.
Let me see the label again. I love the label. Oh, it's beautiful. Just how I remember it.
Yeah. It really is. 6.75%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yeah. 6.75.
Mm-hmm. But, now that we've covered our beer sponsor, let's go back to our energy drink sponsor real quick.
Oh, right. Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Red Bull, the wing maker.
So, let's just say, first of all, Matters Apps came and Element Pro and filmed the Skate Tales, you may know.
Oh, yeah.
As you may know.
As you may know. As you may have seen.
Which the series premiere is up now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that everyone should go watch it because, I noticed that they don't get a lot of views unless they're Bam Margera, and I was kind of hoping that our episode would get a lot of views.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was a great episode.
Yeah, maybe people don't... Skate Tales is good. I think they do a good job with that show. In general.
Yeah, I'm saying for some reason, if you have 1.2 or however million followers on their social media, you think like some of them might traffic over to the YouTube and actually click on maybe the play button there.
Are we closer on the air on the side of the 1 mil or the 0.2?
I think the 0.2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But
there's still time.
Still time. And you know what? Here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Does this mean Fancy Lad is sold out?
What, because of the Red Bull thing?
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing any money.
No. You didn't see any money.
Oh, did you see a lot of money from it?
A lot of money?
No. So this is a bigger question. I guess it's a better question for Bigzo.
Yeah.
Has Fancy Lad sold out?
Well, let me just say this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I made from Red Bull, probably just over, what I make in 1 week's pay. I work 24 hours a week.
Oh, so you sold out hard.
Should I come out and even say a number of how much do they
No.
pay me?
You don't have to tell the people.
So it wasn't that much. You can imagine.
Right.
But the thing I like to look up is I like to, after I think about how much they paid me.
You look up people's net worth?
Yeah.
Red
Bull's net worth.
Red Bull's net worth. Interesting.
And specifically. Mm-hmm. And hold on. Co-founder. I didn't read this whole thing. And 49% owner of Red Bull Energy Drink Company as of October 2021. Meta shits. Net worth was estimated at $25.4 billion.
Holy shit.
And he only owns 49% of the company.
That's not even half.
And he couldn't have tossed us, we were practically at 3 figures over here.
This is bullshit.
You know how much 3 figures is?
It's one less than 4.
Yeah.
And I think it's 2 more than 1.
Yeah.
And somewhere around 2, but I'm not sure how close to it.
Yeah. So, anyway, long story short, they're making billions of dollars off the sweat of our backs. They've bottled up our sweat. That's what Matters was doing while he was here, and he was trying to pour it in Red Bull cans and sell them.
That's what Red Bull is made out of. They just go take the sweat from unsuspecting victims, put a little carbonation in there, a little wing juice, seal it up,
absolutely,
and then they sell it.
Yeah, it's weird because wings are usually on your back, and they took the sweat from our backs.
That's true.
But, you know, I think the edit came out great, so I can't complain.
No, we should really stop complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to point out how, like...
That you sold out.
That sold out,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, fuck Fancy Lad. Like, they're a bunch of fucking corporate stooges. I hate them.
Yep, continue.
And, did you ever notice that Daryl on Walking Dead has wings on the back of his vest?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. You think Red Bull paid him to have wings on the back of his vest?
No, in fact,
Kind of like
they
a
kept
subliminal, like the airplane mode thing?
they kept sending him a cease and desist about it, and he was like, I just love Red Bull so much. I'll pay to keep these wings on my vest. On my vest. On my vest.
Yeah, Daryl is kind of like a pirate.
Yeah, Daryl's cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Good character.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
Sucks that the zombies eat his ass in the 4th season.
But he didn't get bit.
He didn't get bit. They were very gentle. Yeah.
Luckily.
That's how they find out that getting a rim job from a zombie doesn't actually turn you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was one of the lucky ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because when fucking Eugene got that fucking BJ and the zombie used his teeth, dude, that wasn't good for Eugene.
But Eugene was asking for it. He's like, more teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just a southern dummy. More teeth.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
So, long story short, fly Delta,
Mm-hmm.
drink Red Bull,
Mm-hmm.
watch The Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm. More teeth.
more teeth, AMC.
Mm-hmm.
And when can we expect all those checks in the mail for us saying that on the podcast?
I thought you've been handling the podcast money.
See, this is what happens when we don't clearly delegate the jobs.
Well, I've been saying if we made a joint account, we wouldn't have this issue.
I thought you were saying that you want to count how many joints we have, eh?
Well, I would like to do that as well.
Yeah.
But I think right after that, it'd be good to set up a joint account.
All right, we'll count how many joints we have, eh? I got you.
All right. Well,
All
I'll
right.
do that. 1,
Yeah.
2,
Mhm.
3. No, it's 2. We have 2.
Oh, well, did you count both knees?
Oh, shit. 3.
Okay, there we go. That sounds better than 2.
That's closer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know. We're just dumb skateboarders who will just work for just, some peanuts and
2 carbonated bevies.
a few, some suds,
Some sudsies. We'll work for suds.
And as flattered as I am at the documentary, I think that we should try to talk to someone who's kind of within the same realm of like extreme sports, but just not skateboarding,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like anything but skateboarding.
So you're thinking like Travis Pastrana?
Thinking Travis Pastrami.
Mm-hmm. Travis Pastrami. The good homie.
Matt Boffman.
Oh, dude, Matt Boffman.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Boofman.
Yeah, Matt Boofman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking fucking... Dude, I actually can't even think of one other person.
I'm trying here, too. Let's see. We got Travis Pastrami.
Yeah, we got Dave Mira.
Kelly Slater. Just thinking of other people with video games at this point.
I was thinking of Dave Mira's
Yeah.
Pro BMX, right?
Mhm. I was thinking Kelly Slater, Pro Surfer.
Or is it just Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX?
Well, Dave Mira had one, I think, as well. Maybe I don't know.
Well,
Listen, this isn't the bike podcast.
no, it's not. But, this is the Rocket League podcast.
Oh, dude. This is the
Because-
ball touching podcast.
We're all... Fuck, I meant Rocket Power. God damn it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give me the Rocket Power podcast.
This is the Rocket Power podcast because, we're all under one umbrella. You know what I also learned from season 6 of The Walking Dead?
What?
All life is precious.
What? That's nice.
Yeah, some bald guy said it.
You didn't know it before that?
No.
Was the bald guy a zombie?
He got bit.
Oh, jeez. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Season 6, a bald guy gets bit.
Yeah, so if you hear that line that he says...
sorry about that.
You're not going to make it to season 6, honestly. So everyone listening can just not even worry about
that
it.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, I actually do challenge anyone out there to make it to season 6. Start now at episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1.
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
You're not starting on season 6.
You're not pulling a fast one on me.
No. That was a good try, though.
And then right back to the Fancy Lad Podcast at fancyladpodcast, Gmail at Gmail, fancyladpodcast at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. It's that whole thing is the address, which is confusing, but...
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about Red Bull before we go look for a guest?
I just think it's delicious, and I'm so happy they came to save us from our life of poverty. And, Red Bull really does give you wings.
You know what? Let's not speak highly of Red Bull. Let's just speak highly of Stoneface Productions from Barcelona.
Dude, those guys were the best.
That's what I'm saying.
They were the best.
Mm-hmm.
The real heroes here.
Mm-hmm.
The men behind the camera.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, it's weird that just the talent always has to work for free. But I'm trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else, or should we just go to a commercial break here?
Dude, I was thinking all this Red Bull talk made me really thirsty for a liquid death.
There you go.
So why don't we go take a break?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I don't know, over the break we could try to find someone. We said fuck skateboarding. We're done with skateboarding. Let's try to find someone in a different extreme support. Maybe Travis Pastrami.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Seth Green, because he was in the movie Airborne.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's also in Greg the Bunny.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Greg the Bunny.
Well, that's actually, that's not a bad idea either.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yankee Doodle came to town without his macaroni hat. All he wore was a crown, about 8 gold rings, some Louis Vuitton, and I'm pretty sure he had clown shoes on. He was walking with a strut like I never seen, and he drinking from a can so crisp and clean. So we introduced ourselves just to see what was good. After all, he was new in our neighborhood.
Well, my name's Crookle Sam, and I'm here to say that I make a mango culture in an American way. The natural mango flavors really make it the tops, not to mention all the
True melon hops.
Mango American Colors from Clown Shoes Beer is conveniently available throughout the year. So what do you say, boys? Have a drink with me?
Yeah, I'll take one. Yo, I'll take 3.
For more information on Clown Shoes Beer or where to purchase Clown Shoes Beer, visit www.clownshoesbeer.com.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, we are back, and that was a good break.
Oh, my God. Good break?
Great break.
I beg to differ. Yeah, great break.
Honestly, it was fantastic.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those breaks you just dream about.
It really is. And I know I keep mentioning how frequently I'm dreaming about breaks.
Save it for the Break Dream podcast.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Saving for the Break Dream podcast, which is part of the Fancy Lab podcast multiverse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Coming soon.
Keeps talking about the multiverse. I don't even know what the hell it means. But
You're going to find out.
Let's introduce, without further ado, our very special guest.
That's a good idea.
Juzzy Carter.
Hello.
What up?
Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh my God, what a great name, Juzzy.
Yeah. I just got to say, I'm so excited, man. I'm such a big fan of this podcast. I love you guys so much. So it's like, I'm freaking out a bit.
Oh my God. Well, you know what?
Thank you. I was hoping you'd repeat that on air. I was
gonna
like,
say.
people need to know. People need to know.
To the other viewers, we had a little 2-minute conversation pre, and I had to kind of fanboy them for a second. But I've listened to you guys so much. I've listened to so many episodes. I love it.
Up to 25 episodes.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And Jeff from Jamtron's only seen 1.
Exactly. So, before we start, what's your favorite episode, would you say, that you've heard? Out of all,
you know what? I yesterday I was listening to the Spanky episode. I really liked that one. That was the most recent. The Matt Tomasello episode was the one that got me in. I feel like a lot of people might start with that one because I know we were saying before, like Matt I was saying like Matt is a bit of an enigma. You kind of want to hear him speak. You want to hear how his brain works, you know, how he approaches things. So that was my introduction to wanting to listen. And then the humor of, you know, Bigzo and Tom, like I just kept going.
It kept you coming back.
For the Matt, stay for Bigzo.
And I got to compliment the commercials, guys. I am a big fan of your commercials. It's
thank you very much.
I think you need more props for that. Like that's most of the reason I come here.
Oh, dude, thank you. I agree. I do need more props for that.
Yeah, it's essential.
Tom, you know, I would help you work on some new ones if you wanted to. I know, you know.
Listen, Clown Shoes just sends the commercials to me.
Oh, dude, I've listened to it so long, I just want to know what it tastes like. I'm sure it's extremely average, you know, and that's being a dick. But like the hype that I've had for this beer from listening to that many episodes, like I need to try it at this point. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah. So you do drink beer from occasion?
Yeah.
Time to time?
Oh yeah. To be completely honest, like I've been drinking, like I got home about 20 minutes ago. I was drinking with Richie Jackson for the last 6 hours. And
you were just drinking with Richie Jackson?
Dude, I started drinking with him way too early. And I got to the point where I was like, I have to keep drinking if I need to stay awake. So I'm pretty blasted at the moment. But yeah, we're both
awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm in Barcelona at the moment, and he lives here, and we've just become really good friends. We've just been hanging out like every second day because he's just such a sick dude, and yeah, it's cool. He's got stories for days, stories you wouldn't believe. He's a sick dude.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet the fella, but yeah, I saw that the Skate Tales, after they filmed us, they went and did an episode with Richie, it seemed like, in Barcelona, because I saw that one of the guys that filmed us from Stoneface was in that famous, now famous Not My Nachos clip that Richie posted. So I didn't know he moved there, though. I thought he was just on holiday.
Yeah, it's hard to say with Richie. He's kind of everywhere all the time. But I can confirm he has moved here. He has a partner here, so he's been staying here for a while, and yeah, he's pretty settled. And I haven't seen the episode yet, but his house is the decor is incredible, and I can't wait to see that Red Bull episode. Because
he's so mystical.
Yeah, he's groovy, but I gotta hand it to his girlfriend, because his girlfriend like is really the main part of his place. Like, you go into his places like, oh, this is Richie Jackson, but like most of the artwork is hers, and it really does his ego and his character like complete justice.
Yeah, it's out of sight.
Oh, it's he's very happy. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic, and I love how we keep having Richie Jackson's friends on and not him.
Oh, I love it too.
Like William Spencer.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't see that episode. Damn, I have to watch that one.
Oh, I should check it out.
That's a good one.
Dude, William's the man.
He's referencing him constantly, man. Yeah. I have to watch that one.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he's got a lot of positive energy, that guy. But you know, you're kind of like, dare I say, kind of like the Matt Tomasello of scootering,
man.
Right? Because I never really hear you talk that much either. You know, and dare I say, the most creative scooterer?
Well, I wouldn't give myself that title, but I remember I was in Copenhagen with my friend Badger, and he showed me the Matt Tomasello video. Oh, fuck. I'm actually annoyed that I can't remember the name, but it's one of his latest, biggest parts from maybe like 3 years ago. In the clip, there's a skull and it's melting. It's like a face melter.
Trampoline jump.
Trampoline jump. Yeah. So Badger showed me that video, and I had seen, and when I watched it, I was like, oh, I've seen these guys before, but that video was like everything to me. Once he showed me that, I watched it over and over and over again, and then I like stalked Matt to another level, because like I just couldn't believe his ingenuity, and ever since then I've just been like, I don't think myself or anyone else can even like climb to his level. I think I look at Matt as if he has such a mathematical, like physics approach to how he figures out tricks and figures out like new ways to flip a board. that it's just unattainable, you know. Like I gain inspiration, but it's almost really cool because he's so up here for me that it's like I can keep climbing, but I'll never get there, you know.
Yeah,
he's got the mind of an engineer.
Well, you know, I'll have you know that Matt is a fan of yours, and that's how I heard of you in the first place.
That's true.
Matt was like,
Matt,
hey,
Matt did point you out.
check out this Scooterman.
And we said, no, we won't look at a Scooterman. And he said, no, you look. And we said, fine, if you make us.
You'd never guess how many days I'll go on my thing. It's like, has he unfollowed me yet? Has he unfollowed me yet? Out of pure fear, because I'm like such a fan of him, man. Like, and I love that, like, you know, he doesn't release that much, you know. It's quality over quantity. That's it's so good, you know. Like, and you wait, and when he does release something, you know, it's like it's gonna be so sick.
You know, it's gonna end up on Skate Line.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Skate Line that week. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm waiting for him to be on Gifted Hater or something at this point.
I actually wanted to ask. Well, you know, I asked Gifted Hater to be on the podcast, but you know, I'm just really curious. I really want him to have at it, you know, for us. But you know, I don't want to have to ask for it.
Dude, I think you guys are like too sick to be on Gifted Hater. I don't think there's anything wrong that you're doing that he could really talk about. I think you guys just kill it. Like, that's my opinion.
That's probably it. That's probably the reason.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. We'll just go with that one.
We're too good.
By the way, I loved the Red Bull video. That was so sick. It was really weird to see you guys in HD. That kind of freaked me out for a bit.
Oh yeah, you see all the pores.
Yeah,
you know.
I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know if I
wrinkles.
Liked it.
Yeah,
it's like I remember. It's like the first time I saw Conan in HD. I was like, oh no,
oh no,
what did they do to my sweet Conan?
I freaked out a little, but it was cool seeing the house. It was cool knowing that Matt lives next door.
Yeah. It was it's actually the second time though we've been on HD because we had the Warble man ramp edit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh,
but we were young.
That was short.
We were younger
and
then.
we were
that was
like 2 years younger.
That was pre-COVID.
Oh, 3 years then.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, you put COVID. You put on that COVID weight, and also when the Red Bull team was here, we were all heavily sunburned. Like,
was that
watching?
Like last year summer?
Yeah, that was last summer.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, sure, you're not jumping in that river like January time.
No, you'd probably fucking break your tailbone on the ice.
It was summer. I know that because I didn't have sleeves on my shirt.
Yeah,
so that's how I know. That's how I keep track of time.
Yeah, I gotta
ask. Only time he's sleeveless.
How tall is Matters? Because I've heard he's a really tall dude.
I think he's the same height as me.
Yeah, he was pretty. He's pretty tall, but I think it's more that he's lanky as well.
Yeah.
So like it really seems like he's tall.
I think he's about 6'4".
Oh, dude, I'm like 6'4" too.
Hey, same.
Yeah, that's
we should all have a measuring.
Yeah, you should all stand back to back.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Richie was kind of like conflicted. He was like, I don't know who's taller at this point, but I heard he was really tall. And he doesn't look. It's weird because every video I've looked at Matters, he does not look super tall, at least to me. So it was a bit of a mindfuck.
No, they were great guys. I mean, the whole crew that came out here. I don't know if you had a chance to meet. Well, you're just in Barcelona now. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
So I've lived there. Yeah, I was born there. I've lived there most of my life. But before COVID, I was like traveling, filming, like doing a lot of competitions, and then COVID in Melbourne was like so hectic. Like it was the most lockdown city in the world. We did something like 211 days of like can't leave your house lockdown. Like you can't leave your house every single day. So that was so depressing that the moment that international travel was allowed, I left the country, and I'm currently awaiting a visa to live in the United States. So if everything goes to plan, we'll be living in LA relatively soon, but we'll see. You don't know how these things are going to go, but
yeah. What's the draw with LA?
Well, you know, like the scootering scene has really fucking popped off there in the past like year. Like there's a massive scene there at the moment. Being from Australia, I can't stand cold weather. I mean, like I love like the East Coast of USA. Like I think the East Coast of USA, the spots are like significantly better. But I think I just need to be where the sun is always shining, just to have a base at least. But just to have a base in LA and be able to move around is my plan. Because I mean, the spots in LA are really sick. But I mean, I've done a lot of road trips across the states, and I know it's better than Cali. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully, it goes ahead.
It's good that there's a big scooter scene out there, because I hear about like scooter. I see your videos, and I see these huge flocks of a scooter audience watching you, but I never see anyone scooting out in the streets in Massachusetts.
Very rarely. I mean, there are plenty of people riding scooters. There are most of them are
skate parks,
mostly at skate parks, and most of them are pretty young,
like under 16.
Know? Yeah, and I don't know what happened to Chris Scooterman, who's probably like 17 at this point.
And shout out to Chris Scooterman, who is the prepubescent boy who told us that the scooterers were down with Fancy Lad.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah!
But he's got to be post-pubescent at this point.
He knows what's up.
Yeah. But I just don't know if he's still scootering or not. I haven't seen him. Maybe he's hitting the streets. But yeah, I never see scooters at street spots.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, there's a lot of Boston homies I do know. You guys are not directly in like the downtown Boston city, the area though. You're more in the suburbs, aren't you?
Well, we're in the
we're in
Boston.
Yeah, we're in
area,
Boston.
But we're not in downtown Boston. Yeah,
we're just in a different neighborhood than like we're in like the one neighborhood that's like all like trees and stuff.
But it's all part of the subway. It's all
Okay.
The subway still goes through Jamaica Plain where we live. It's just a neighborhood of Boston.
There's definitely a Boston scene, like for sure, because there is a Boston Street Jam every year. That's like what we have. So in scootering, there's like the park scene, which is all like the kids that ride skate parks that do most of like the backflips and stuff. And then there's the street scene that do like the ledge. They film in the streets and they do like more rails, ledges, a bit more like bit more of everything just in the streets. And every year there's a street jam in most cities. There's like the San Diego, Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, New York, New Jersey. There's all these different street jams that happen every year. And it's just a street jam is just this one big meetup of hundreds of scooter riders in the city. You meet up and then you go to one spot, like a stair set. They throw out cash to the best tricks. Then you go to another spot, like a rail, and they give out cash to the best tricks. And it's just this big like migration through each city of like scooter riders like doing tricks on an alley spot and then moving along, and it's really sick. And there's a Boston one that happens like every year. I think there was one last year. I'm not sure about COVID, but yeah, there's definitely a scene out there.
Yeah, I like it when the Scootermens, let's call them.
Let's call Scootermens.
I like it when the Scootermens hit the big handrails.
Oh,
like
yeah.
In Jason's new video, he had a lot of scooter clips, but they were fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I like it when they're like more like I mean, obviously I like it when they're super creative, but when instead of like a tail whip or something that's like really like goes over their head or something, I like seeing a long grind down a handrail.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Is there videos like that kind of like are like toy machines
or
like scooter video?
Or like misled youth?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh hell yeah.
But Scootermens.
Yeah, like this is the Baker 3 of
Oh
scooters.
hell yeah. There's so much history. I mean, like it's the same as skateboarding where things develop, where it's just been this constant. I mean, there's been people hitting handrails since like, people were starting to hit handrails in like 2003. But once it hit about 2010, then the real kind of street scene started to develop. And then there's plenty of videos like Proto Reincarnate, like all the Tilt videos, the Aztec videos. There's so many videos that is very similar to, like a misled youth kind of vibe or like foundation kind of videos. And the thing is, most scooter riders, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but most scooter riders are very influenced by skate or BMX videos. And in terms of the way the videos are laid out, the music, spot choices. So there's so much, there's a lot of versatility and a lot of inspiration drawn from maybe like the artistic direction. And yeah, There's a lot. And in terms of handrails, oh yeah, that shit's been going on for so long. Like once the people started to do kink rails or 50/50s on scooters, which are really difficult. Like that was a whole thing. Over the last 5-6 years, decks have started to get wider. And people started to do 50/50s, which is really hard to explain. It's like between the side of the wheel and the very side of the deck. The tiny grind base. And people
it's like if you had like a 8.5-inch board with like 4-inch trucks and you were just sliding on the board on like the deck, but 50/50. Yeah.
Precisely. Exactly that. So that's how we do it. And decks have progressively come wider to make that more accessible for rails. And as decks have become wider, the rails have gotten gnarlier and more riders have started doing it. And it's just like becoming nonstop. But I think there's also like, there's, as the same as there is in skating, there's like more respect, or there's haters about what's proper and stuff. And, like
I was going to ask that. I was going to say, do you ever get called like a clown scooterer by these big handrail scootermans?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, for sure. There's so much shit that's like, if you don't, it's the same as you guys, like a board slide for us, the deck has to be 90 degrees again, like going along the rail. If it's not 90 degrees, we call that a zeech. I think that comes from snowboarding terms.
Zeech.
But a zeech. So if the deck is at 90 degrees along the rail, like it doesn't really fucking count and no one will care because it has to be like proper. Because if it's zeech, it's a bit easier to balance it along.
Yeah.
So there's, and like there's so many other variations of hate and like, things that people won't fuck with.
At Eggs, the famous spot in Boston, there's the Forbidden 14 where they won't even do a board slide on the ledge. It's forbidden. Tail slides and nose slides only.
Yeah, and grinds. Yeah, but nothing, no boards, no lips. So nothing that touches that 14-inch wheelbase.
Just an unwritten rule.
Mm-hmm. And you better follow it.
Or you're no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about the Forbidden 32, which is if you do dark slides at Eggs.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Well, that's where I'm going to do one.
Yeah, right.
Is that you mean dark slide specifically for that spot or in general?
No, well, I want to do a dark slide, and honestly, I can't think of a better spot than Eggs.
Yeah.
So
just strip off all that wax.
Yeah. But you must know the spot that we're talking about, the famous Boston spot.
Dude, I'm trying to think.
I don't know if you do. It's a bunch of granite ledges with a bunch of granite orbs on the ground that look like eggs.
They look more like potatoes, but everyone calls it eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. No, I had to think about it, but it's keep going.
Oh no. Unless you had something really.
No.
Unless you were gonna tell us how you like to cook your eggs, I'll keep going.
Which?
Dude, I'm pretty basic, scrambled or like sunny side up, but I'm not too. Yeah, that's about it.
Those are good ways to do it. It's pretty easy. I like over easy. Sunny side up's good too.
Dude, what does over easy even mean? I've never known what that meant.
So that just means you cook it like sunny side up, and then you flip it over, and then you cook the other side a little bit, so the yolk's still runny, but it's like white around the whole thing.
That's psychotic.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal in that, but you be you.
I was going to ask,
Juzzy?
do you ever
coming at my egg style?
Do you ever go to a skate spot and do you encounter a lot of sort of skater to scooter or sort of turf?
Dude,
turf
like
rivalry,
It's so funny you ask, because like in the last like few years, it's progressively become so much more chill. Especially in the last 2 years, I've never really had many like bad encounters. Like it's been so fine, and like I think most skaters are just like, I think we've been around long enough that skateboarders tend to just like fuck with it if you do something cool, and I haven't had any problems up until about 2 days ago. And it was really funny. I went to this this DIY just by myself in Barcelona. It's a really famous DIY. It's called Fondo. Yeah. And it's been there for like, God, well over 10 years. You would have seen it in like the old, like, Ali Balala kind of footage and like all the old flip videos and shit. It's been there for a long fucking time. And since then it's been upgraded a lot, like as a DIY. And I went there by myself and I'd filmed a clip there and uploaded it to Instagram recently. And there was about like 3 people there when I rocked up. And this one local dude, you know, the one dude who just sits there, doesn't fucking skate. He's about 40 years old, never touches his board. Yeah. He immediately comes over to me as I pull up to the park. He's like, no. I know you. Fuck you. You've blown this spot up because you post on Instagram. And like, he couldn't really speak Spanish. I could kind of understand what he was saying, but he had to translate through to one of the girl skaters who was there. And the girl skater was translating for me, and she like did not fuck with what he was saying. She was like rolling her eyes as she was saying. But it got extremely tense, like, because I was like, dude, I'm here by myself. Like, I'm just here to like cruise. Like, there's no, like, you know, there's 4, it's me, you, and 3 other people. Like, what's the deal? Like, and this is a big plaza. And like, he would not let me ride. And she was like, I think you better go. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not going. Like, I'm by myself. What's the deal? And I started riding. And then he came up to me and then started like, and he's like, no, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, no, like, what are you going to do? I'm just cruising. Who cares? And I've been to this place many times. And the dude gets on the phone and one of the girl skaters like, no, you got to go. He's calling like local hood dudes. Like, you have to fucking go. And I was in an area in Barcelona where it's not directly in Barcelona, it's a bit in the hood. And she was like, no, you better fucking get out of here. Like, and I had to just dip because it just got a bit too tense. And it was like, and that was the first experience I've had in a while where it was like, I had to leave purely because I was riding a scooter. Or I think a lot of it to do was because he knew who I was and I had posted a clip there and he was angry that I'd like posted a clip and maybe brought more people. But I said to him directly, I was like, oh, so you're worried about me bringing people? Then why is there only 5 people here right now? It was just ridiculous, but it is what it is.
How old was the fella?
Dude, at least
40s?
40, man. And it was funny because I was talking to Richie, like, because I was meeting Richie later on and I told him what happened and he knew the dude and he was like, no, wait, stay there. I'm coming to back you up. And Richie is like the most non-confrontational, skinny motherfucker. And I was like, I mean, like, I appreciate the sentiment, but like, you don't have to do that. I don't think you'll be much help.
Yeah. I kind of like that about Richie, that on Instagram, I don't think he really does it that much, but he's not afraid to get in some Instagram beef, you know?
No, he does not hold back. And I mean, with me, he's been awesome, like, and just being really like accepting of the scooter stuff and just being like really supportive of it. And like a few hours ago, he was like, let's go back there now. Fuck this guy, you know, like, so he's been really cool about that. And it's
like
weird you asked
me. The guy just lives at the DIY. You can go back anytime.
Dude, I assume he fucking lives there, dude. Like, he had nothing going on. Like, and it was, but it's annoying because it was honestly very weird because I haven't experienced that in like 4 years. It used to be such a thing for us where anywhere we rocked up, if it was a street spot, if it was a skate park, like 5-6 years ago, there'd be hate no matter what. And we just had to kind of like drain it out of our ears and just ride no matter what. But the last few years have been great. Like, even in LA, where I assumed it would be really shitty and people would be really like, angry towards us, they haven't been. It's been like, they've been super accepting. So this was really strange.
You ever have to engage in some fisticuffs?
I haven't. I know plenty of friends that have. I'm not the dude that. I've never gotten into it that way. I've never gotten into a fight myself. I'll always just kind of back off, just because I can't be bothered. But if you had conversations with any Boston scooter rider, I can guarantee you that have like 10 stories. But
that's not surprising.
I haven't been in a fight either. Tom, have you?
No, hell no. You kidding me? I can talk myself out of anything.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say that they're too intimidated by you, that you'd kick their ass.
Dude, I've broken up so many fights between people like twice my size because I'm just like, I'm so much smaller than them. There's no way either one of them will do anything or like consider me a threat. I can just try to be like,
the
mediator.
a mediator.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think that it didn't help in the I don't know if you've seen the Cherry video when Jason Dill had his rant about Scootermen? Have you seen that?
Dude, I've seen Cherry. I think I might have just seen Dylan Reader's Cherry part multiple. I actually don't think I know that. I think any scooter I listen to this might be pissed off. But no, reiterate it to me.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Dill. Am I right?
It sounds right. Yeah.
It's a shot of Dill. He's talking to the camera, and behind him are like a crew of like 50 scootermans passing by, and he's talking to, I think, Stefan Janowski, and he's like, what's the matter? Skateboarding too hard for you? And then I think he makes some sort of joke about them still being virgins or something. I don't know. I need to rewatch it myself. But
yeah.
It was a very anti scooter personality clip. I
mean,
I thought it was a little low hanging fruit for him. You know,
I mean, again, sounds like Dill.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
The amount of like skaters, you know, I grew up. I skated for like 7 years before I ever rode scooters, and I witnessed so many skaters hate on me as a kid, but I still loved them. Like, like I would ride scooters and like, you know, I would see clips. Like there was a clip at Bondi Beach where Slam Magazine or someone interviewed like Steve Caballero and all these dudes about what they thought about scooter kids. And none of them had anything good to say. They were all so hating. But I just was like, oh, whatever. I still love them. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, and I think with time, like opinions change. Like it just takes time for people to kind of understand, you know, that we, you know, it's funny. Like I have a lot of skate friends, you know, like I'm good friends with a lot of skaters from LA, Melbourne or whatever. And like, eventually it just comes down to them realizing that we pretty much live the same fucking lifestyle. Like we're literally like, you know, for me and a lot of like pro skaters that I'm friends with, it's like our life is literally filming videos, like, and spending our nights figuring out spots and like going on Google Maps and searching for stuff or hitting up random dudes for certain spots in certain cities. So it's like, and once you realize that you live exactly the same lifestyle, except you're just riding a different object, it's like, what the hell matters, you know? And a lot of skaters start to realize that. And once they kind of realize, you know, like you're hitting the same spots as them, they start to respect it a bit more. But I mean, for me, it's been really cool. The worst thing I get though, like that's almost like a bit of a respect, but a bit of a dig is like, I'll have a lot of dudes come up to me and they'll be like, yo, I fucking love, like, oh wait, it's like, yo, I hate scooter riders, but I love your shit, man. And it's like, well, you're just telling me you hate all my friends, but like you love my shit. Like, am I supposed to be hyped on that or?
Well, I mean, you do kind of stand out, kind of like I was saying, comparing you to the Matt Tomasello type. And I've even been at that spot Eggs that I was talking about with the Forbidden 14.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody's talking sort of ill on Scootermans, I said, oh, but you should check out this guy Juzzy Carter. I was like, check this out, you know.
Well, I sincerely
not that they stop hating, but you know, it at least makes them think for a second.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hey, one step at a time. We're getting there very slowly. No, and I appreciate that. But you know, there's way more than me. You know, like there's so many more. Like if I opened your eyes to like more scooter riders, like Devin Sidlowski, Jason Chee, Nick Tedrick, Tommy Christiana, Richard Zelinka. There's so many more scooter riders, in my opinion, that are so much sicker than myself that I'm sure if you watch, you'd be like, oh shit, there's a whole other world to like really stylish scooter riding that you just, it's a mind fuck. And that's come with a lot of time, you know, like skateboarding, you know what, it took like a lot, you know, skateboarding, what, the late 50s or something was when that shit kind of started.
I mean, that was when the first one was invented. I think it like kind of picked up in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. So for scootering, it's like it picked up about 98, you know? So it's about 20 years. So like it's taken a long time for the style to really kind of come into play.
I mean, wait, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I believe from my history books that the skateboard was actually invented by one Marty McFly. Who,
yes, of course.
You know what?
Actually
by ripping the handlebars
the
off.
handlebars off a scooter.
And you know, it's funny you brought that up because I had thought of this. This is the one question I had for Juzzy was if you were to redo like Back to the Future, would you like go back in time and there's kids like riding around on skateboards and you're like, here, let me see this kid, and you take it and you're like, huh? And you just pull you pull handles out of like a hedge and stick it in. You should do that for an opening for
oh my god,
for a park.
It would have been
good.
So good. Yeah,
you can have that. Yeah,
yeah.
That's one of my ideas. I'm giving away. I'm giving that away. No one has to steal it.
If I can get someone with a budget to supply a truck of manure, I'm so down.
Yeah, hit up Steven Spielberg. You know, see what he says. But
hey, if you just throw me his email, I'm super down.
I will. We're pretty down with them ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I figured, but yeah, super down.
People don't really realize too that you're actually a skateboarder as well.
Well, you know, I mean, a lot of scooter riders come from skating or from BMXing. I skated for a long time before I scooted, and there was like some skateboarders that I skated with that were really popping off in Melbourne at the time. I got to give a big shout out to Jeff Cook. I was like an 8-year-old at the time at my local skate park, and he gave me some free boards. And this guy, he was he rode for Crew and Vans, and he did a big America trip, and he was the first dude. He did a switch front lip slide on Hollywood 16. And it was monumental for like 2008. So like I was hella influenced by this guy. But at that time, like skateboarding was a bit dead at my local park. I was skating there every day by myself. And as I kind of entered high school, more and more people were rocking up with scooters, and I was kind of more intrigued just by like, I'd never seen anyone do a trick on a scooter before, you know. It was like, I was like, as if you can do that. And then I did it myself, and it was kind of like, it just felt like a whole world of new possibilities, because I just looked at it and I was like, oh, there's a tail whip. And then it was like, there was so much shit that had never been done. And it was like, this just seems like something where you can just invent stuff, and there's like so many options. I can't necessarily explain it, but yeah, that was really the inspiration. I just kind of got on it, and then it just felt like, oh, I can just keep going. But the main reason to kind of stop skating was I didn't have many friends. I was doing it by myself so much, and I kind of got into it as scootering really hit a craze in about 2009. But I did skate for a very long time, and the content I watch like on YouTube and stuff is still, or like even the DVDs I have at home is still all skateboarding.
So was it the scooter community that kind of drew you in? You saw that there was more people to scooter with than skateboard, or am I just misinterpreting?
No, definitely. And not to dig on skateboarding too much, but at that time in like the late 2000s, it was so fucking negative, man. Like in skateboarding, like everyone was a dick. I mean, at least in Australia, it was very hard to make friends. Like, you would do something, like I'd land something and no one would give you props. It was almost like a jealousy type thing, I remember. And it was just very hard to make friends or like make any real friends just at that time for myself. And with scootering, we were all at the same rate, so anything we were doing was kind of, I don't know. I just remember skateboarding, as much as it's like my life and still is my life, because it was at that time, I just remember it being really negative for myself, just from the people I was surrounded by. But, you know, I think it just goes through stages.
Yeah, sometimes it gets too much to be a sort of cool guys club.
Exactly.
But yeah, even Fancy Lad, I feel like, you know, nowadays, I feel like people, maybe it's just because we're like more quote unquote successful, or just the times have changed in general. But yeah, I feel like we're much more aligned with those people as a sort of brotherhood, you know?
Yeah.
Now more than ever, you know? It could just be with getting older. You know?
Yeah, I always wonder that too. I'm like, I haven't had to like argue with people at spots as much, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, is that because people are getting nicer or more accustomed to it? Or is it because I'm older?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to like have beef with like rollerbladers that show up at a spot.
Are the young punks not saying anything to you just because you're
because like, why would I go talk to that old man? He looks like he's 40.
Exactly.
Was that a thing? Did you guys ever have beef with rollerbladers at spots?
I mean, growing up, it was like, like when growing up skating, it was like rollerbladers and BMXers.
Did it feel like a direct conflict at all, like with those guys? Like, I specifically bladers. I just wanted to ask, like, did it ever feel like a direct conflict? Because bladers were definitely hitting the same type of rails as you guys back then. At least, I mean,
this goes into just the sort of the mind of the time with the same hate towards scooters.
Yeah, totally.
We grew up being bred that rollerbladers suck.
Right.
And that was just ingrained into our heads as skateboarders from such a young age. Just like it's kind of like how your sports team will say like the rival sports team sucks.
Right.
It's just like that's you just think it because that's what everybody says. They're just rollerbladers suck. And you're like, yeah, rollerbladers suck. I'm a skater. I have to, monkey see, monkey do.
100%. I mean, even as scooter riders in early age, I mean, we had the same kind of thing. So, like, I get it 100%. I even remember being a skateboarder and hating on scooter riders when I was like 7 years old. So like the tables turn.
Right.
What is there any kind of activity that scooters hate to see when you show up to a spot and you kind of bully them? Like if you see people with devil sticks,
or when people are playing pogs or something,
or they got heelys or something. I don't know.
Oh no, I think it's so the opposite. I mean, in my opinion, like I wouldn't say we've copped the most shit. I think rollerbladers deserve that crown. I think rollerbladers copped the most shit out of anyone in history in terms of action sports. But we've copped so much shit over the years that, I mean, for me personally, I fuck with, like, I have pogo stick friends, like I Healy friends, like rollerblader friends. And like, I don't know. I really fuck with all of it because as I said before, like a lot of us are living the same lifestyle where we're just every day going riding, like searching for rails, searching for ledges, searching for spots. And it's like, we're the same type of people, and when you actually go and ride with those people, you realize that we're all like very similar, and our desires and what we want to do is really similar. So like, if you're going to hate on it just because it's a different thing, I mean, I definitely would have thought differently maybe like 6-7 years ago, but as time's gone on, it's like we're very similar, and it's really cool to be open-minded and just like accept those people. But I'm sure there's scooter riders out there that just don't fuck with a lot of stuff, but it's the same with skateboarding, like there's dicks and there's cool people.
See, I always like to say it's like we're all just adults playing with stupid toys.
Exactly.
It's that they're all like, none of them, like, if you want to get down to it, they're all so fucking stupid. Everything, all of them are so dumb, and the amount of time and effort and thought that everyone puts into it is so fucking pointless and juvenile when it comes down to it, So if you have that perspective on the thing that you love, then it's easy to be like, yeah, of course I see that guy's enjoying like fucking speed skating down like the cement,
Exactly, and just split hairs on what it is, like if it's
exactly.
And talking to people like longboarding, skateboarding, like it's, I mean, to a lot of to the outside perspective, it's like what are you hating on? You guys do all to them.
They don't see any difference. Yeah.
So and honestly, kind of like having a bit of an outside, like thinking about their perspective gives yourself a good perspective of like, like we are all doing something similar, like it might be very different to us, but we're doing it for the same reason, at least,
Yeah.
So I've never wanted to hate on anyone because of what they do, just because, hell yeah. I mean, what I do, I'm sure looks ridiculous to the outside public, but to me, it's fun as fuck, and it's all subjective, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, stop the hate. You know, let's start spreading the positive vibes. That's what I'm saying.
Stop the vote. That's what Bigzo has been saying.
Stop.
He's been saying it for
Stop
over a
the
year
vote.
now. He's been saying it for over a year.
I want to make everyone unable to vote.
No voting at all. I want to know where's Matt right now? What are you guys filming? I want to get some insider information here too. I want to know what you guys are filming for right now.
Oh, so what you're saying is you have a million questions for us?
Sure, you have a million questions for us.
I do.
All right, hit us.
All right, what's I want to know like what you've been filming for over the last 6 months / the next 6 months.
Well, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been mentioning on the podcast our new full-length Power Suck.
Mm-hmm. Power Suck.
Ooh.
That should be out by the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you think is the protruding theme for this video?
Probably power sucking.
Well, I wanted the underlining theme partly to be we got a couple new riders that are kind of normal, so I thought it'd be funny to just kind of poke around at the fact that we're becoming the jockiest company of all time, you know?
Damn. That's I mean the way you're wording it, that sounds like it sucks.
No.
Hey, it is called Power Suck.
Touche.
We didn't say it was power good.
It's really just because our good friend Maddie skates normal and he's gonna have a part.
Oh hell yeah!
Just having that, you know, I guarantee people are gonna see that one part and they're gonna be like, "The hell is this doing in a Fancy Lad video?" You know.
Well, I want to know, does Colin still have a BMX part in it?
I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he'll have a decent amount of BMX tricks. I'm sure.
Hell yeah! That's then I'll watch.
But I've seen him skating a few times in the last 2 months.
Yeah,
that's a good ratio.
Dude, he goes hard.
Yeah. Oh, he's good whenever he skates. He fucking kills it, and he's
in BMX.
Oh, he does good. Yeah, his BMX shit is all right. His BMX shit's pretty cool too. Just don't tell him I said that. He can't know.
Okay,
right.
We'll keep him between us.
He's kind of only got like a few tricks,
but the ones he has, you know,
it's
a small portfolio, but it's delivering.
Big drop.
Yeah.
Big gap.
Big gap. Big ride.
Yeah.
Fast jump.
Exactly, and it works. It's like a 1 second clip, but it makes everything. It's a great transition between the skate footage.
Yeah, and I know you're asking about the BMX clip because you're wondering if you could send a friend trick. Okay, Juzzy, you twisted our arm, okay?
Mm-hmm. It can be on a scooter. It doesn't have to be on a BMX.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking? VX1000? What are you on, the 2100?
Yeah, we use the 2100.
Yeah, okay. If you got 2100, that'd be greing. Great.
If you use HD, we'll just crop it. Doesn't really matter.
And it'll be
sick.
What the fuck's this HD footage doing in here?
Yeah. We'll just crop it to a 4:3. It doesn't matter.
The scooters are ruining everything. Now they're bringing HD footage into the Fancy Lad video.
People always say that. They're like, can I send you an HD clip? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, HD's bigger than 4:3, so I'll just crop it. I don't understand why people don't know how dimensions work. It's easy to take away stuff.
Well, if it's fisheye, it's a bit. If they've filmed it a bit further back, it'll work for 4:3. I get you. I mean, I was super honored maybe like 3 years ago. Fucking Hunter and Buster wanted me to get a guest clip for the Happy Medium video, the Happy Medium 5. Yeah. And I was like over the moon, and I sent a clip that was filmed VX1000. But as you know, like every VX1 is quite different in its, depending on how old the camera is. And I think our camera that we'd filmed it on was just so shit. Like they were just like, oh, it just looks way too different, and they didn't use it. I was so bummed. So this could be my redemption.
This could be your redemption. I was gonna say because they actually care about video production, but we use bunch of different cameras, and
I knew that. I knew you guys didn't care whatsoever.
The shittiest footage, just as long as you can see the trick. You know, it doesn't matter to us. It's about the content.
I'll have to look. Like I'll have to come. I think I'd rather come to Boston and join a sesh one time. I really want to ride the. Does the DIY still exist that Matt films out all the time?
No.
Unfortunately, they ripped it down and built a skate park there, which we have called we call it Shit Park.
Yeah, we call it Shit Park because it sucks. And you know, I'm also kind of responsible for having it built, so I kind of feel bad that I helped build the shittiest park and replace the DIY. But you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, and
I do have some questions. I want to know.
Build it.
Does Matt go? Okay, this is how I would see it, and I don't know if it's true or not. Does he just go there at like 11 o'clock at night, build some contraption like a spinning nada spin thing by himself, and then film it by himself? Is that how it goes, or?
Pretty much. I mean,
well,
a lot of that stuff.
I mean, he's building the boards by himself.
He's building the boards by himself.
If
a lot of the concrete stuff, it was like a few of us building. Mostly Matt and Scribbler.
Yeah,
did a lot of it. I helped a few times. Bigzo helped. Sweet Tomato Joe helped a lot.
Right. I usually just help with the mixing of the cement, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of the muscle. But I mean, I didn't even do that as much as Matt and Sam. Matt and Sam and Sweet Tomato Joe and Rom.
But for the most part, you're getting it right. Matt would go there at night, and we would build a new thing, and then pretty much, he does go there at night
he would
a lot
have
by himself.
Help, okay,
It wasn't all by himself.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right. But essentially, it was just Matt
Essentially,
going there at night by himself, all right? Building stuff.
In the moonlight.
Only
lit by the moonlight.
He'd take a look around. Oh, no one's looking, so he'd take his shirt off. Sweat glistening on his hairy chest. Yeah. But yeah, no, and then he did film that. He films himself mostly. Well, for his Instagram clips, at least. Not his actual footage.
Well, that's what I meant.
Doesn't do that at all. Yeah.
For the Instagram clips, it looks like he's just there by himself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, yeah. For the most part, I'd say for the majority of his clips, he's just at that spot by himself. With his phone leaning up against like a Gatorade bottle that's been in his trunk for 2.5 years.
And he knows that at night no one's going to go there because it's not lit up, but he brings his Ryobi lights so he could light up his tricks.
I gain so much inspiration from him because I have a similar, I mean, for certain tricks, it's the same situation. Not at night, but it's, he gives me a lot of inspiration for the same things. It's like, well, if Matt does it, I can do it. I can just go there and do it myself, you know? But he's like, because I run out of ideas, you know? I'm like, even this morning, I was like, what can I do? And I'm like, you know, it gets to a point where you're like, fuck, what can I do? And then he's gotten to a point where he's not even thinking about his board. It's like, I can manipulate the board in another way to give myself more options. And I'm sure in a way that's doable with scooters, but I
Well, let me ask this. Has there been any scooter manips, especially the first one that comes to mind? Get this. You get on a handrail or whatever, okay?
Yeah.
The bars, they blast off, and then you just land with 2 wheels, 2 feet.
It could be done. It could be done for sure. I mean, it would be so like if you to jump on with the handlebars, the clamp that tightens the handlebars to the rest of the scooter would have to be tight. And then while you're on the rail, you'd have to somehow loosen that clamp for the bars to come off. So
well, what if you just
no, you just have
you just had some twigs in there.
Yep. To hold it together.
Just enough. And then while you're on there, you could just kind of snap off the twigs and then toss the bars.
Yeah. See, this is where I need to talk to Matt, because where I think it's probably impossible, he'd have a solution for me, you know?
Exactly.
I think it's possible. Like, I have a really good friend, Acot. He's from Melbourne. He doesn't ride as much anymore, but he got obsessed with riding without the handlebars. If you just ride the scooter deck and you put the wheel backwards, you can ride it as if it's a skateboard, pretty much, and you can ride it without, you know, the wheel spinning around. And he was obsessed, and he could do like triple kick flips. Like, he would go out of a bowl and like pretty much like a triple finger flip. Like, he would grab the top of the clamp and like flick it and do a triple kick flip on that. And I filmed a clip of him like a couple of years ago where he would do like board slides and lip slides, just with no handlebars, but just grabbing the clamp. So that, I think there's a whole realm of tricks, a whole realm of scootering that is possible. I think you've just got to be willing and ingenuitive. But yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with Matt, because I think he'd be able to. I think a new mind coming to it would unlock some new territory.
Yeah, I'm sure that Matt actually would. He's a real, he's a real friendly guy. He loves everybody, So, it would be tough to get him on the phone though. Maybe. Just I feel like
I'll have to come to.
He's also shy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you come in person, you'll get all your questions answered.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
But okay, just so you know, the Power Suck video isn't actually gonna be a jockey video. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
different to the other videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's still going to be exactly like the other videos. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of some bits or something to film in between them,
I do want to ask, who's the dude that does all the music? Because there's at least in the trampoline jump video, I think it's one of the dudes that films clips in the video. He does like all the housey, techno-y kind of beats. And I've tried Shazamming it a million times, but it ceases to exist.
Tony.
Yeah, that's Tony. That's Tony, our sweet boy Tony DeRosa.
I know. Guy's a fucking genius.
He is a genius. His music is notoriously difficult to get a hold of, but his music is so fucking good.
It's only on SoundCloud, and his name is like Anthony DeRosa, like 1991.
We'll send it to you. We'll send
so
you
I
his
actually
SoundCloud.
could find it if I put in more effort.
We'll
send you his
really
SoundCloud.
hard to find.
Yeah, he doesn't
so
make
I don't
it
blame
easy.
you for not finding it.
Because I
tell that
have
to Tony
tried
all the time. I said, Tony, you gotta be better at marketing yourself. And he says, I'm too depressed to even make music.
Oh man, that's so sad because like at least in Matt's trampoline jump video, it was so sick. I remember like 2-3 people. I've showed Matt's video to a few people. Like, have you seen this video? And then they'll be like, "What the fuck's this song?" And he's it's wasted potential in my opinion. He needs to make it public.
Hey, we agree with you.
I know. I should really just
do it. We've talked about just doing it
pro bono.
We've talked about just releasing his music with just under the name Not Tony. You know, just like without him, just be like, well, you weren't going to do it, Tony, and then begrudgingly give him all the proceeds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way to go because
we'll keep a little taste.
It needs to be shared.
Matt's shy, but Tony's even shyer. So that's the problem with these people. They're just too like Matt. At least has the ego enough that he's kind of like Goo Miyagi. He wants the attention even if he doesn't want to say it because he kind of he's put all this work into skateboarding.
Right.
Tony genuinely, I don't know if he actually cares. I really don't think he does.
Yeah,
he does enjoy making music. Is the thing.
There's a lot of respect to be given there, but at the same time, something so beautiful needs to be shared. I think, it's so simple but so nice. I don't know. I love the music that's used. So I think, I want it in my playlists.
Right. It's like that quote from Life Aquatic. Anyone who has the opportunity to live an extraordinary life has no reason to keep it to themselves.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking of that one quote from there
Jacques Cousteau.
when they go, hello.
That was a quote from Life Aquatic.
I think one person says that.
I remember that, actually. Mm-hmm. Good timing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one quote I remember from Life Aquatic. Hello.
You like Wes Anderson? You like Wes Anderson?
Yeah, I like Wes Anderson. I love a lot of his films. Grand Budapest Hotel.
That new one, The French Connection?
The French Dispatch?
Oh yeah, that's
French
the one.
Dispatch,
Yeah.
Not yet. The Timothy Chalamet one. Not yet. I haven't. I've seen a few of his. I love. God, these the beers are getting to me a bit. But no, he's definitely one of the favorites. I can't think. What's the
You're
Indian
probably gonna say
one?
Darjeeling Limited.
The Darjeeling Limited is my favorite Wes Anderson film with Owen Wilson and Justin Long. Yeah, that one.
Well, I think you'll at least maybe like the French Dispatch Benicio del Toro story that has to do with the painter because it's mainly about the cliche of a kind of like the creative process, but also the cliche of a mad artist. So it's really nice.
Oh, yeah. So like a bit of a
seeing yourself as an
Paris.
artist,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't
I'll take it.
People with the extreme sports, they don't want to claim artist,
Mm-hmm.
No, well, like it does get a bit, the lines get a bit blurred, sometimes.
Well, you'd consider Richie Jackson a skate artist, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So you're in the same vein,
I mean, he's been working on a video for 5-6 years or something like that. And definitely. What I was about to say was the lines get a bit blurred because sometimes we have to do these competitions where it is like a proper stadium or something like that. And it's like, and then for one day, you're like, holy shit, I maybe am an athlete, but like 99% of your life does not feel like that. And the process in which you got to being on that stage doesn't feel like that. So then it's a bit confusing. And it's also confusing considering, like, at the moment I'm applying for an athlete visa to be able to live in the United States, but it's like,
I know. Technically, when I file my taxes, I file them as a sporting goods company, so I get
that,
it,
fucks with your morals a little bit.
Yeah, but there's no other way to explain it, really. So.
Yeah. Oh, also, when's the next merch drop? I bought one of the last hoodies you guys had, the blue. Fuck.
I saw that, and thank you.
Because the green sold out. I wanted to get one of the green ones, and they sold out like a couple months before.
I know. We got to print more comfort colors. I've been to get on
those comfy
that.
colors.
Well, the boards are going to come soon, so I might just do a full drop with those. It'll be by the summer. It'll be by the summertime. And the hoodies, at least. Maybe I should do the hoodies too at the same time, but the hoodies will at least be by September.
I can't wait. I think you have a very niche, interesting, cool fan base. I think your fan base is a bit weird, and I think they'll appreciate it. So I think it's necessary.
We got some sweaty and deranged fans.
Yeah, we just got to come up with something different so they still want it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a hard market. You gotta compete.
It is. They're not gonna want to keep buying a black T-shirt that says Fancy Lad on it. I've noticed. So
that's weird.
It's time that we step up our game. So
you're thinking a white T-shirt?
Yeah, I think we'll switch it up.
From my perspective, I think the videos is what speaks for itself. It's like the videos are what like sell everything. You make the videos and it creates that kind of the atmosphere of the brand, and then everyone wants to kind of be involved a bit. I mean, that was my perspective. I was like, I fucking love these dudes. I have to support this,
Yeah. Well, thank you. I know. I just wish that the video itself took in more revenue, because I think that's the most important piece of art that we make, rather than the art that we're making to sell boards and shirts.
Right. I know, but I mean, it's essentially just an advertisement.
No, I know.
I know
how it works.
It is hard. Like, I mean,
okay. Oh, you do.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I mean, 20 years ago it was DVDs, and they would actually, and you could actually make a profit from that. So it's a whole different story. Whereas 20 years ago they could sell the merch and the DVD and make profit from both. Yeah. So now it is a bit of a different landscape. I'm
surprised that.
And then you have the other side of the coin. Yeah, sure, you could put the video up somewhere where people had to pay to see it, but then are people going to see it, Yeah. And then it's like, you want people to see it,
Yeah.
Like with Power Suck, we can completely be like, yeah, you can only see it if you pay for this Patreon or something, but it's like,
you're going to get
many people are going to see it.
A fraction of what you would normally get, and it sucks.
Right.
Even if the people would pay for it, it's almost like a stigma behind it. It's like, oh, you actually want us to pay for this? Fuck you,
Yeah. Right.
Even if they like your brand, it's like, it's.
Yeah. I think you're like being greedy or something, trying to make a living off of what they're getting for free. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'd say this is a fair thing to do, but yeah, no.
I mean, essentially what we're saying is, if you like what we're doing, you gotta give us something, because we can't keep doing it like this.
Right. But, I'm surprised since the Red Bull video came out that like HBO hasn't like reached out to us for like a full contract series.
I was expecting HGTV to reach out to us. And be Home Garden Television Network. Yeah, they'd be like, "Listen, we saw that shithole you're living in.
You need some help.
we're gonna this old house that shit for you." Yeah.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
How did the You might have talked about this on another podcast, but how did the Adult Swim connection happen?
There wasn't much to it. I mean, I had like a little brief connection just because when we made New Hell, our friend Mike Lindquist sent a DVD to DJ Doug Pound. I mean, that's the only like loose connection to Adult Swim that we even had. But just one of the developers there just saw the FL3 video, and then Abe's Park got like millions of views on Facebook. And then so he reached out to us and said, "You guys got the goods." He said, "What do you think about making a show?" We said, "We're a bunch of idiots. We don't know how to make a show." He said, "What do you think about making an edit?" We said, "Sounds good." And then that was it.
And we showed him the edit, and then we said, "Hey, you know what? We think maybe we could do that show." And then nothing.
I mean, I know I'm the guest, but I do have other questions. Like, I wanted to ask, like, in terms of when you approach a video, like, because you have an extremely comedic aspect to your videos, is there any like incentive to push that at all? Like, remember the clip of Abe where he has like the script with the security guard? Like, is much of that like planned, or like, is there an incentive to kind of push that when you're making the video, or is it just kind of like on the day? I know.
That in particular was kind of like for Abe, like a skate trick. He was like, "I have this idea, we should go do it." And he explained it to me. He's like, "I know this spot is perfect. You always get kicked out of." So we went there with a bunch of papers, and we filmed the skit or the bit. But that was completely Abe's idea, and I mean, I wish more people would come up with their own ideas like that. That's great,
Yeah. Kind of.
But to him,
I mean, that's why I love watching your shit. It's like it's far more than just a skate video. Yeah. So that's definitely the allure I have, and I think a lot of other people would have. And
but for him, I think that was like, how a part needs like X amount of clips. Like that was his idea of like getting a clip.
Yeah, sick.
Right.
Oh, it did it justice.
Yeah. And like Matt said, no rules. Clip's a clip.
It's true. Clip is a clip.
Clip's a clip. You need enough clips to make a video.
Got to put them on. Got to fill up that timeline.
Yeah.
Have you guys considered doing the tapeless VX yet? As DV tapes have kind of become more obsolete.
You mean the HVX? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you know how you can
like talking about like the little like those weird little converter boxes things that you
can chuck on top of the VX and it like records straight to like a hard drive.
Yeah, it records straight to like a SD card.
Yeah, exactly.
A micro one.
Well, I'm not familiar with it. I don't know why you know so much about it. You didn't tell me.
myself, Matt, and Sam all looked like very into it.
Oh,
and it is something we could look into. But those things are also difficult to get, and like unless I think there's like some random Japanese company that makes like a fairly cheap one, but the Sony ones are like pretty hard to find and like fucking $400 to $600 on their own.
I don't know. I have a friend that's gone through a couple of variations of it where it's filmed to the micro SD in a couple of different ways. I don't think it would be too expensive. I'm surprised you haven't looked at that route, because I think it is from in a Facebook group chat I have. He sent a couple of videos of like comparing the straight DV tape footage to the converter, and it was like pretty like you couldn't really tell the difference. And I think it's a good investment, at least.
Juzzy, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Okay,
dude, why are you telling him?
So,
hey,
myself, Matt, and Scribbler are trying to keep this under wraps.
I need to process this. Okay.
We're entering into the 2020s, and I want to see more Fancy Lad footage, and I think this is a way to make that more financially sustainable.
Yeah,
you happened to catch Bigzo a mere 2 days after ordering tapes out off eBay.
That's true.
Perfect.
That's why his interest is so
10
peaked.
tapes. Yeah.
Perfect.
I've been talking about going HD for a while, and I think it would be cool if we did. What do you think? Or do we need to just maintain that VX?
No. I don't think. I mean, if you want to stay VX, that's what I was just talking about was a good option. But no, I don't think you need to. No, I think straight out of my brain, I think you guys going HD would be so sick. Like, I think it would add a whole other element to it. Honestly,
I do too, because I'm still gonna be the one filming it.
It is
gonna be like the video's gonna be different.
It's like something coming out in 3D. You know, people would be like, whoa! They're gonna be blown away by the image quality, even though it's like over 10 years old at this point.
Yeah,
you need to send those like almost round 3 3D glasses for every.
Oh yeah.
Those would be sick, something like that.
But we put some we put some ghost pepper sauce on the rims of them, so everyone puts them on, and their eyes just start burning.
And I mentioned this on the podcast before. I'm blown away by the technology on that round 3 DVD. The fact that when you put it in, it randomly generates who has last part, Rodney or Day One.
Oh my god, it was you never knew. Oh man, and that
I'm still blown away by that.
Unreal. And for me, that was the first skate DVD I ever bought. So that video was everything, and that DVD came with round 1 and round 2 of Rodney and Day One. So you got the history as well, and you got to kind of decide for yourself a little bit, or like get man, monumental.
I was a big round 2 fan growing up myself.
Oh yeah,
but that Chris Hoslam part, now that is, I think, should be considered one of the groundbreaking.
Oh, dude, my mom
definitely is.
I don't know. My mom, I can't remember. It wasn't his direct round 3 part, but it was on the DVD. It was like an MA 15 plus version of his video that was like all girls with their tits out, and it had like almost logos over their tits. I can't remember it specifically, but it was like
I don't remember this edit, but you should send us a copy.
I was going to say, are you about to say that?
Sounds pretty good.
And you started this story with my mom, so I'm curious as to where it's going.
It was on the DVD. It was on the DVD, and it was like, I mean, this was like 2005, so it's a long time ago. But I remember there was a section of the Almost Round 3 DVD that had at least a 3 to 4 minute video where it showed heaps of girls. It was the Motley Crue song, "Girls, Girls, Girls." It was that song, and it had girls like pulling their tops off, and like it had the Almost logo or whatever on their tits. And I remember putting that up. My mum wouldn't let me watch it after that. She like took the DVD away from me because it was explicit.
Yeah,
dude, that was.
Watch a nice wholesome video. Like,
thought you were watching Girls Gone Wild. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's watching, Rodney like chilling in downtown LA doing handstands. She thinks it's a very artistic video, and then that pops up. Like,
wait, I don't know why I haven't seen this though.
Yeah, me neither. I'm kind of pissed.
Wait, you said it's on the DVD,
dude? I guarantee. I'm not like this. This exists. I'm sure someone in the comments somewhere can verify this.
Yeah.
Are you sure this isn't? Is this not just another classic Juzzy perv out moment?
No, dude, it exists. It exists. It's. I know it because it has girls to it, and it's not just.
That's the second time, and I have to point it out. Every time you say "Girls, Girls, Girls" by Motley Crue, you're miming the snare. Do you play drums?
No. I'm just
every time you're like girls. You're like
I think this is all I can fit in
hi-hat.
frame is me. Yeah. All I can fit in frame is me just going like that.
Well, you look like you know what you're doing. That's why I had to ask.
Oh, no. I couldn't give myself that much credit, but it exists, and I'm sure someone out there can verify it for me. It does exist. I'm surprised. I saw your DVD collection in the Red Bull video. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised I haven't seen it because of that. Maybe it was on the bullshit pirate version on the bonus disc that I never watched. Do you remember it came with the pirate? That was so weird. That round 3 came with a bootleg version of round 3 as a bonus disc.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That was so weird. That was like, why would anybody want to watch a shittier version of it?
Yeah. No. With the Slam, I remember with Slam magazine, we had like you got the trailer version in the magazine. It like had like a couple of little sections, and then but it wasn't the full video. And then after that, you could buy the video. So maybe that was the same thing. But we got like a little trailer version that had like a bit of it. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
We're gonna have
one
to find
for
this.
the ages. Yeah,
I'm certain that it's not the Mandela effect. I know this exists. Like, I hope someone can verify it.
Yeah, send us the link.
I don't have the link. I will put some effort into trying to find the link.
Yeah.
So, no. You leave that up to the sweaty and deranged fans. You just wait. Well, once this is up, we'll check the YouTube comments. The link will be in there. I gotta say too, it was funny that you mentioned all the comedy aspects of the fan site video that you're liking so much, because I mentioned to Tom before the podcast. I said all the photos that I've seen of you, you look so serious and you're never smiling.
Yeah,
it seems like. And I mentioned to Tom, I was like, I don't know if this guy is gonna laugh at any of our jokes because he seems so serious.
I
in
know.
his photos. Have you been male modeling? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I a few years ago I started doing that, and that's my best look. That's my blue steel. Unfortunately,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, we didn't say it was bad.
Well, and that's what I get from like a lot of the comments. It's like, this isn't Juzzy, or like, where the fuck's the smile? Like, because it really goes against what you would see in footage or what you would see of me in any other video. It's like I'm always kind of smiling, but my smile is so fucking big that it just, in modeling there's like the smile, but mine is so big that it's just there's no happy medium there. So I can't do it in those photos that are being used for the modeling side of stuff. So it definitely creates a negative characterization, or like an incorrect characterization of who I am. Yeah, but I'm glad I gave you a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, our friend Sam actually asked if we could ask you how you get your hair so healthy and long.
Just honestly, I get that question so much, and it's literally just shampoo and conditioner and just taking care of it. There was I had dreadlocks at one point where I just did not brush it for years, and it was so fucked. And when I was in New York, actually, when I got kind of offered to start, like when I got the proposal to start modeling, and that's when I started taking care of it. And for my hair particularly, I have to kind of brush it every second day. And it's nothing crazy. It's just shampoo and conditioner and just brushing it. Like, people sometimes think it's like a whole process, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Because if I don't brush it for more than like 2 days, it knots up and it's all fucked. But nothing.
I can't go 12 hours without brushing my hair.
Oh, okay.
Dude, the fucking the mats that start getting it just fucking it. I have to get it out. It feels like
do you tie it up before you go to sleep?
Equidistant hair too.
I mean, I'm in a lot better shape in the morning if I tie it up before I go to sleep, but I usually don't. I usually don't.
Okay. I have to.
Also, yeah. I also only like shampoo and condition probably like once every 5 days.
That's a healthy amount. I mean, you should.
Yeah, that's what I think. I went years without using shampoo or conditioner, and then eventually started using it again. But still, it's just like.
I mean, there's theories on both. I think the healthy amount is like, once or twice a week to do that.
Yeah.
But there's theories on both. I've seen people that have gone years without doing it, and once you go, it's like weaning off sugar or weaning off of anything.
No, exactly. It's like once you go like a bit, it's like your body's not creating as much like grease and stuff, so it's just like you don't even need to.
Yeah, exactly. But, you have to commit to a while before it can probably start looking good to do that. But that's I haven't gone down that road yet. I think I might have to, because I don't even know. Potentially the oils and shit in that stuff are bad for you. I don't even know.
Yeah,
but I mean, in terms of taking care of it, I was
just lazy,
Yeah, exactly. I don't go to ridiculous efforts. But yeah, it's definitely a question I get asked a lot.
You ever fuck with a boar's hair brush? You got one of those?
Oh, dude, I've always wanted. Is that the one in Blades of Glory?
Oh, I don't know if they have one in Blades of Glory. I don't think I've actually even seen that movie. I know what it is.
That's a good film.
There's one in Blades of Glory where Will Ferrell is like, and it actually is a real brush where he's like, it's carved out of a whale bone. There's only 11 made. It's like, and they're actually, I don't think it's the exact same brush, but there's a brush like that that's like extremely expensive, and it's like very, up there. And I tried, because in the same movie, he washes his hair with horse shampoo. It's called Mane and Tail, and it actually is a real shampoo brand. And I've used it just because it was fucking funny, but it wasn't that good.
Do you think Tom and me could be male models?
Wait,
Dude,
let's give him the blue steel real quick. Ready?
Oh, okay. I think Bigzo's got you there, dude.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Well, let's try one more time.
Okay. Yeah, Bigzo still wins.
Dude, this is bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's it's a no-brainer there. Hit me up, dude. I can get you some contacts, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, please do, because maybe they're looking for some plus-size models out.
Maybe you can.
Who knows?
You can keep Fancy Lad afloat for extensively longer than you would have thought.
Yeah. That would be nice. I know. We're just doing this. We're just making all these videos for charity at this point.
It doesn't feel like charity. It feels like charity. What am I saying?
Exactly. Well, those were all the questions I had, though. I mean,
all the questions that Juzzy just asked us?
Yeah, unless you want to ask him Juzzy about his name more.
Oh yeah, how'd you get the name Juzzy? What's your real name? Is it Juzzy?
It's Justin.
Juzzy's Justin. Oh, okay, because that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was wondering because I know Jez is short for Jeremy, so I was like, is Juz short for something?
Yeah, no. I mean, I used to release video parts that were like under the name Justin Carter, and people would be like, "Is this Justy's brother?" I was like, "Well, fucking have a clue, Jesus Christ." But no, like I when I was about 12 years old, entering high school, it was at the peak of Justin Bieber. Ugh, sorry, there's that Spanish beer. It was the peak of Justin Bieber entering his fame, and I did not want to associate with that as it was coming in, because I was just getting so much of it. And my uncle used to call me Juzzy, and I just started I gave myself the nickname. It was so super lame, but
your uncle called you Juzzy, so it sounds like your uncle gave it to you.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? Let's go with this.
Yeah, exactly. It made sense. It's starting to feel weirder once, I'm like 25 now. I'm like, will I be 50? Like when I'm 50, will I still be called Juzzy? Is that still appropriate? Does that not feel weird? I'm starting to think about that more. Like, do I want to go back to the original, or do I just hang on for life?
Stands out. Keep it.
It's like, are you going to keep on to Bigzo? Is Bigzo on your passport?
Not yet. It should be, but no. It is on my automated signature for my Gmail account.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
You've got
I would say as you continue to get older, if you feel like you've matured out of the name Juzzy, the most mature thing people do with name changes is if there's a U in there, they just change it to an I.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
And then everyone will know you're a grown-ass adult. They'll be like, oh, Jizzy, this is obviously an adult.
Yeah.
A full-grown adult.
Yeah. It's it'll happen when it happens, I'm sure. But it's gotten to the point where it's like it might ruin me if I do change it at this point. I think I'm kind of stuck. Kind of like how Richie's stuck with his mustache. If he loses it, he's over, essentially.
Yeah.
That he will cease to exist, as I will if I change it back to Justin.
Part of his image. It's like Tom with his mutton chops.
It
me
is.
with my white mullet. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you lose that, don't even think about getting a contact from me for modeling. It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've already dug your own grave there. So
yeah.
And if your eyebrows start to show up more,
Tom, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, now that you bring that up, and now that you brought that up, it's that holds ground too.
Okay, you know what? First of all, this is fucked because my brother's picked on me all of my life for not having eyebrows. Tom knows that. He's bringing it up on air on the podcast.
They're blonde.
But, just to actually circle back on things, I want you to know that Clown Shoes brand beer is not just an average beer. It's one of the best beers ever made.
Far above average.
Exactly.
Far and away.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't wait. I have to. Is it exclusively in Boston?
No, but it's probably only in the U.S.
Yeah, it's probably only. I haven't even.
Although
wondered.
Callum Paul, fellow Australian,
Yes.
did send me a photo of him drinking a Clown Shoes beer. So maybe you need to take a pilgrimage home.
Damn.
Maybe you'll find one down there.
You know what? Callum and I live very close to each other. Never met the guy. Biggest fan of the dude.
You should. He's a real sweet. He's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah,
but you'll have to try to make it to Boston on June 9th, which is the beer release event of the Fancy Lad Clown Shoes beer, and then you can try one of those.
Oh
yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you get here on June 9th, you might just be able to get one of those sweet Fancy Lad Clown Shoes beers.
Do they have a good lager?
See, they don't, and that's why we created the Session IPA to have a drinkable Clown Shoes, because usually they do a lot of IPAs and double IPAs. That's all they do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not all they do, but that's what they're best known for.
So you made a more basic beer that everyone can kind of fuck with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's
you can drink a few of them on the session and not feel intoxicated immediately.
okay. Shout out Clown Shoes. I'm down.
All right. Well, sounds good.
Before we end this, I need to know. If one thing is taken away from this, I need you to harass the homie that makes the music to release it public or something, because I need to have that.
Like I said, technically it is public. It's just on his SoundCloud.
I need that.
Hard to find.
We will send it to you.
We'll send it to you.
And you hear that, Tony? Tony, if you're listening, you got it. Let the people need to hear it.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. It's not just me. And
It's not just Juzzy.
Me just saying that is for me saying people around me have said the same thing. But I'm sure the listeners out there feel the same way. It needs to be.
I'm going to talk to him. He's too talented not to.
Yeah, Juzzy is merely a voice for the people.
Yeah, I'm going to sit him down. Have a real stern talking to him.
He's a talented man. And we can't be deprived of his beauty.
Yeah, exactly. So, shout out Tony DeRosa if you're listening. Is there anything you want to, anyone you want to shout out or any thing you want to plug before you go?
I want to.
Oh yeah, yell exit.
I want to give a big shout out to Matt for being.
No, scratch that. We only say yell exit on this podcast. A big yell exit to Matt. Go on.
Huge exit to Matt. Huge shout out to Matt. To you guys. Richie for being for getting me drunk tonight.
Hell yeah.
And just and to skateboarders in general over the past few years becoming more open-minded and becoming more cool with everything that's around them and not being closed-minded. That's my shout out.
Here's to everyone being the cultural consciousness getting more open-minded and mature.
Oh yeah,
collective consciousness. That's what I was trying to think.
Broadening your horizons in the year 2022.
Exactly.
And beyond.
Peace on Earth. It's coming.
Well, it was a pleasure. I can't wait to see the new video. It's coming out this summer.
Yep, by the end of the summer. Look for it around August 2022.
I'll be on the lookout.
That's pretty soon.
Oh, well, I'll be back in America in the summer too. Maybe there's a premiere that I could rock up to.
And you'll have to come earlier so you can film that guest trick.
Oh, expectations. No, I'm down. Sounds good.
All right.
Beginning of your trip, film the guest trick. End of the trip, premiere.
Exactly.
I'm pissed that DIY doesn't exist anymore. I really wanted to have a go on that spinning volcano.
I know.
Oh, the hydraulic one?
Matters was pissed too, okay? It's going to be a tale as old as time.
Great minds get pissed off alike.
Thanks again so much for being on the podcast, Juzzy.
No,
Yeah,
thank you. It was an
And,
absolute pleasure.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing,
Oh, you too. All right. Well, shout out Clown Shoes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. And see you soon.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Later, bud.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, God, that was great.
Oh, that was fantastic talking to Juzzy.
Oh, my God. Juzzy, dude, Juzzy was Juzzy.
Juzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself.
No, I think you probably could. Give it a try. That was, honestly, people may not know this. That was very good, because if we played in reverse, here we go, we just... Yep.
Juzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Yeah, see? You said it perfectly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded great.
Sounded amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not every day that we break the boundaries and break ground, talk to these figureheads and these different extreme sports other than skateboarding.
Right. And other than Travis Pastrami. And, it's here on the Fancy Lad podcast, obviously we're all about hard-hitting skate journalism.
Right.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
But we thought, why not broaden our horizons? Got all these taste buds on your tongue. Why not expose them to something else?
Expand your mind, man.
Dude, open that third eye.
The turd eye.
Open that turd eye.
Open the
Well,
turd
unless,
eye.
I mean, if you're not on a toilet, actually, probably keep the turd eye closed.
Yeah.
But everyone else, open that third eye.
Yep.
And we're like, let's get into hard-hitting Scootermen journalism.
But it's like, what's more important to you? The third eye or the third leg?
That's a good question. I mean, I poked myself in the third eye with my third leg the other night.
Really?
Damn,
dude. You must be really fucking flexible.
Well, when I had my balls scanned, I had them remove about 7 ribs on each side.
Oh, my God. Lucky?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great. Look at this.
Oh, shit. You just folded like a motherfucking envelope.
Yeah, they call me Pretzelman.
Dude.
Still can't grab my board, though.
That's weird.
It is very strange.
It's weird because you literally just put your dick inside each one of your nostrils. But...
Well, I mean, that's the problem. Is every time I pop and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do an indie. It's not that difficult. And then I get down there, I'm like, well, my head's this close to my dick. I may as well. And I end up just sucking my own dick.
Right.
And I fall over wherever I am, completely folded in half.
Whoa. I said you put it into your nostrils. I didn't say anything about sucking it.
Well, I mean, you can suck air in with your nostrils.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
I typically use my mouth, though.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. But it's like the mouth almost seems like too big.
Well, I mean, look how small I can make it.
Oh my God! I just thought you were doing a Clancy impersonation, but yeah, that is really fucking small.
Well, it was years of the Clancy impersonation.
Yeah,
just exercised those muscles. You give it a try. Oh, God damn, your mouth disappeared. It's just like, it looked like in a sci-fi film when the people just have solid flesh across their face.
Yeah. Like that Twilight Zone episode. Yeah.
Night of the Solid Flesh Face.
God, that scared the shit out of me.
That is a frightening one.
Yeah.
William Shatner's in that.
You gotta love your Shatners. You gotta love your Juzzies.
Gotta love your Shatners. Gotta love your Boofmans. Gotta love your Juzzies.
Yeah. And, I just want to say that I'm just excited, to have this groundbreaking episode for the podcast. You know, it almost makes you think, what's next
What is next?
for the podcast?
I mean, we have that live show.
That's going to be huge.
That has a date, right?
That's got a date.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have asked Juzzy if he wanted to be a guest on that? Because we don't even really have a guest lined up.
Well, we can still ask Juzzy. There's still time.
Yeah, start wrangling up the fan favorites now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Oh, who the hell is
Oh, wait,
that?
shit. I didn't mean to call right now. No, I'm sorry. That was a butt dial. That's my bad.
It sounded like you called the president of the United States.
I mean, want to start with the big guns, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta have the president on the pod.
Right. Or we could invite the president of skateboarding,
That's true.
future president.
We could. But you know what? We'll figure out what's happening.
Yeah,
on
we
that.
don't
You don't worry
have
about
to,
it. As
this
far as
doesn't-
you guys know, it's a fully planned, well thought out live show
Right.
at the Harpoon Brewery.
Yeah, we don't have to hash out the details on air, you know?
In fact, this is a well written bit that we're doing here, pretending that we don't have any details.
Right.
We have all the details.
God, we're detailsmen.
Oh, my God. Deduct details over here.
Yeah, we're going to be motherfucking swimming in gold and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, that's the one.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. Most relatable duck.
Well, you know, I know that our goal in life is to eventually be like Scrooge McDuck, but until then, I think we should just continue doing this podcast, continue making videos, so Juzzy could have something to watch to inspire his scooter tricks.
Well, I think that's a pretty good idea. Honestly, if we're inspiring Juzzy, think of all the people he's inspiring.
Yeah. It's all about making a difference in this world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess then I gotta say until next time.
That's it? That's all you want to say? There's nothing else?
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah.